What up, it's your boy T-Bone Reaction. So, about to get into back into the one black radical versus 20 conservative Jubilee round surrounding debate with Amanda Seals though. So first one we did was based off of what was it based off again? The respiration. So this one's gonna be about looks like it's gonna be about black on black crime as well too. So going from I'm gonna go through different claims, going through each claims. I think the last one, yeah, I'm gonna go through each claims going forward. And doing when I get a chance to do them. So other than that though, so it took a minute though. Like I said, I had a busy weekend. I got a last minute gig one and everything. So without further ado, let's check this out. The first one was pretty cool. The guy, it was like 50-50. The first person she was 50-50. She had the young boy a little bit. She had this guy as well too, looking back at though. And the lady, she's very respect. She was very respectful. So, I got idea that none of the other ladies got respectful with their debates though, but we'll find out. Anyway, this is one that won't be on black crime. So let's get it.
Round it, plug in, and stay part of the conversation. Anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, this been like this debate thing, but like the talk of the week as well too. So I want to continue. Can't talk. Continue to finish it. Let's get it.
My next claim is that black on black crime is a result of underinvestment and over policing.
Hot the
So you
sharpshooting
said
one.
black crime is due to underfunding and overpolicing, essentially. I actually don't necessarily disagree with one of those.
That's just one of that thing that the underinvestment. I mean, how I put like that, it definitely can have can be a factor in that. I will say that, not denying that as well too. The over policing, in a way it is, because if the stricter, like it's like with parenting, the stricter you get with them, the more chances they will possibly rebel and still do whatever, right? Just out of spite. That's the little thing kind of knows as well too. So yeah.
I think that, however, the government, who do you think should be responsible for the funding piece of the black community? Should that be something that the government should step into, or should that be something that we as black people need to handle ourselves? Dr. Jordan Peterson and even Thomas Sowell and several others have stated one thing, that poverty and crime, there's a positive correlation. There's also a positive correlation in the black community of absentee fatherism being one of the root causes leading into criminality. Black males that grew up without a father are 10 times more likely to engage in criminal activity. And so I think one of the...
Can I put a pin right there and ask you a question?
Ask me whatever you like.
And I'm gonna say that now. That part about black folks growing up with a father can cry. Lie. Living proof. Shout out to my dad, man. I mean, I'm cool with my dad, but he wasn't in my life most of my life, so not to discredit him or anything. But I'm just saying example that I never thought about getting a crime off of that as well too. You know what I'm saying? So I always feel like that is definitely a big lie. That's just a lie.
What is the root cause of there being less fathers present?
Bad decision making on the part of the fathers. We live in a patriarchal system. Like it or not, men have dominated the socioeconomic, economic, and political power of this country and the world since our existence. So our bad decision making, especially when we focus on the black community, is the root cause of fatherlessness.
What type of...
All right, for father, do got a nice prolific for. I'll give him that though, for real. So yes, so definitely he's ready for the beat.
decisions?
Not marrying the women we decide to lay down and have children with. Not being careful with the seeds that we plant in women. No woman can get pregnant without a man planting his seed inside of her. So
That's true and not true. There's a lot of ways in these days, but I see where we're going with this. At the same time, he's kind of correct on that part, because that's why I was hesitant on taking well to get married, because I wanted to know for sure this is the person I want to marry and be with the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Not just somebody's gonna be here for the temporary. So yeah, he has a little point there, but can't that can't be that's like you can't use that as a excuse for the situation that's going on with crime. So let's see what Mr. Mann will say.
For.
So it's marriage.
Well, that's a part of it. That's marriage is a part of it.
Okay.
But the true piece that I'm looking at is connectedness between familial units. The black community was at its economically strongest while being at its poorest during the segregation era. Prior to 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King in his last speech said that we have an annual income of more than $30 billion a year, which is more than all of the exports of Canada and more than all of the exports of the United States.
I like the little bit of a Dr. King impression he did in the voice, kind of he channeled him a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of look you like that.
And more than the national budget of Canada. That was when we were economically at our poorest. Yet 85% of our black children were growing up with a father in the home. There was less black on black crime. There was less disenfranchisement.
Why was there less black on black crime?
Because we needed to live together. We had to stick by each other. We had to stick
What
by
was
each
there
other.
also less of?
I'm not sure where you're leading. That's a leading question.
Here we go.
I don't like those.
You don't like
I
this?
don't like leading questions.
I can't get we say leading questions because sometimes I'm like, oh shit, what you about to tell me? What you about to ask me or answer?
I like direct stuff.
So essentially, when we were living in our own communities, we were also policing our own communities. So we were not being used as statistics in the same way to determine how resources were provided to our own communities. When we were going to the government saying, hey, we deserve because we are supposed to be separate but equal, we weren't saying, hey, we want to be with y'all. We were essentially saying, we want what you are stating we deserve. And that is what all of the efforts of the civil rights movement has been. It's literally just been to say, you said when we got out of the Civil War that we would be considered citizens, and all citizens should be getting equal access to these things. However, you are actively allowing the Klan to harm us. You are actively allowing...
Who's killed more black people, the Klan or us?
I would like to continue my statement.
Oh, that was... No lie. He kind of dropped some right there. That's a good little question right there. So far, I'm going to still say 50-50 on this one. Let me keep going. He's competing with her.
I let you speak uninterrupted.
You did.
When we talk about this concept of who is harming us, we are really making a false claim when it comes to black on black crime, as if there isn't white on white crime. There's also this unnecessary effort to try and pathologize black on black crime in a way that you don't try to pathologize white on white crime. There are white people killing each other every single day. Now, they may be on jet skis in the pictures after they shoot up their whole family, but nonetheless, there are white people killing each other every single day. Now, much of the...
Yo, that was cool. That was like she said, that's just be. That's funny. That's funny. That's so crazy. That's crazy as shit though. It low key fast, but it's crazy as shit though. But yeah, good little right there. Like that a soccer shirt by the way, dude.
The reason why you may see more numbers in terms of black on black crime are for two reasons. One, the statistics be lying all the time. We have seen
What
this.
numbers? Okay, when you
we have
say that,
seen
no,
this in a real way.
But I have a
So in
question.
New
No,
Jersey.
when you say,
So
when
in
you
New
say that,
Jersey.
what numbers can be trusted? Because with the previous speaker, you
I'm
said
about to
statistics all
tell
the
you
time.
right now.
Okay, so your sources can
You
be
can't
trusted.
such number. No, I'm literally about to give you an example of numbers not being able to be trusted.
Okay, talk to me.
That's what I was doing.
Ha!
Okay, then listen.
Oh, my ears on.
So listen, in New Jersey, they had a statistic that was created by the police department that said, look at how many black people are committing crimes. Look at how crazy this number is. These black people are so exorbitantly violent. Look at this. And then people went and actually matched the names that they were booking with the faces of the actual people incarcerated. And it was proven that they were lying.
So that's one. So that's one instance.
That's
Hold on,
one
no, you're
example.
talking to somebody that works as a police dispatcher when I'm not making content. So here's the thing.
Oh, I
So
see.
no. You see what?
Well,
The truth is, you're about to see the truth if you just give me a second. Like Trump said, just give me a second. I'm gonna do the weed.
Dude, you can't. You kind of just took some points off yourself for saying the T word, man.
But give me a minute.
Well, here's
So
what
when
you all keep doing.
No,
You
just
keep
give me-
interrupting me when
Well,
I'm talking, and you don't want to hear the
but
point
the
that I'm
point
going to
you're-
make.
the point that
And
you're
yet you want
raising-
me to respect your point. And that's not how a debate works.
Uh-oh.
So if you want me to keep getting louder, I will do it. But ultimately, if I show you respect, give me the respect back. I let you talk, I let you make your points. I am countering your points.
My man in the back like, oh, she got that.
Points are just as valid as yours, even though you got a pocket square and a Church of Christ pin on your chest.
It's not a Church of Christ. It's
Whatever.
A cross.
It's a cross. Same difference. You got an American flag and you think you know something because you a cop. And ultimately,
Not a cop, dispatcher. There's a difference.
it's ACAB all day over here. So let me make that clear. But let me also add to my point. My point is that you can sit here and blame black people on black people all day long and not acknowledge that we are forced into. You're coming to interrupt me again.
I haven't even said a word.
All right, that is flagged. So
Damn! This was good. Huh. I'm gonna say 50-50 is one. Now I'm getting with the comments about the interruption part. Like with her, I get it. He should let her talk, but at the same time, like my man wanted to get it out of the way because here's the thing. Sometimes folks don't mean to interrupt, but sometimes it's like right there in their mind and they don't want it to slip through their mind. That's why they do it as well too. I mean, so I get why he tried to do it, but at the same time, it's still rude to interrupt. So, this was good. This was 50-50. I mean, because he knew he definitely knew he was talking about, especially with the background being a dispatcher. Definitely a little go back right there. So that was a good little, right there though as well too. A man is man, I mean, so she has some points. So it was definitely, this one was definitely a 50-50, another 50-50 one on this one. So let's see who next one is black and black crime one. But that one was, out of all the debates, that was the best one so far. Although the best one as well too, like the most juiciest, just to say. The other one was due to guy before with the respiration. I mean, she had him, she was cooking him, but still, this one was good because they both ate. I ain't gonna lie, so let's keep going.
ask you to return to your seat.
It's a waste of my time.
Damn.
Y'all just want to be seen. I don't need to be seen.
True. She is a little slow. Oh, we got another lady. So let's see how she do. Because the last lady was hella respectful as well too. Let's see if she'll get it. Let's get it.
How are you? I'm Jasmine, the pretty queen. Say less outfit. Okay.
Thank you.
So this is my thing. I think the premise of your question was black on black crime. So I think I'm coming from a place, and I guess my issue is having had my biological father murdered by a black man, having had my cousin shot in the head by a black man. We can talk numbers and statistics and what the people are doing and what the white man is doing and all that. But at the end of the day, I see when my family lives on the south side of Chicago, and I think you and I both can attest to this, and I'm not saying that there are not other factors, but we know that we kill each other at a disproportionate rate than any other race. Now, why we do that and why 6,000 to 9,000 black men are going to be homicided or killed or whatever by the end of the year annually by other black men, whereas the likelihood of a black man being killed by a white police officer is less than 150 per year, we know that we kill each other at a higher rate. So I'm not debating that there are not factors at play, but because I've lived...
So that police have killed on average of 238 black men per about 58% more than 150 per year. Ooh.
Experience as a black woman losing my father to be murdered by a black man walking down the street being no worries, right. Thank you, but walking down the street in inner cities and different things, knowing that it's more likely that my own brother will rob and rape me than a white man or a white officer. We got to be real.
What's your proximity to white men in the south side of Chicago? Are there even white men around to rob and rape you at the same rate that there are black men?
There are white men around.
At the same rate?
There wasn't a lot of black people in there, but then that doesn't justify the fact that we're destroying each other. So even if we get to the root, like
we can agree on that,
okay, because I feel like a lot of
nothing
times liberals will
justifies,
argue like, well,
I'm not
the
a
white people
liberal.
are killing
I am not
people.
I'm not a liberal.
Okay, well, I will say that people that sometimes have your stance that are against conservatives, maybe, they have this claim that they're making it up, they're making up the numbers. We know that we do that to each other. So I want to get to the root of the issue. Why are we killing each other? I think the root of the issue is we've lost our values and we've lost our resilience as black people. We sit there and we talk about what the white man did and we talk about slavery and everything like that, but we have no self-accountability and say, you know what, at the end of the day, that is my black grandmother, that is my black sister, you are my black sister, and you know that a black man is more likely to rob you or commit some type of crime against you, and that's what we need to get down to the issue of. And like you were talking about earlier, like, hey, well, what's going on? You know, what do you think the answer is to one of the brothers that were speaking? I think it's the breakdown of the family. I think, like he said, because of our poor choices, and what happens is we look at domestic violence, for example. When domestic violence, women or men are even attacked, what is the first thing we say? It's like, you know what, it's not your what? It's not your fault. So that's what we do. We hold on to this narrative that, well, it's not our fault. The issues in our community, they're not our fault.
She speaks some facts. She's speaking some. Shoot, this one might be a two-part one. This is good.
When the white man needs to give us something, the old white lady down the street is looking at me, and I don't know why she got braids in her hair, and we focus on all these other stupid things that don't matter. We don't get to the root of the fact that we're killing each other at a higher rate than any other race. It is self-hatred amongst us. I believe that we can do that. That we, my cousin, my mom's cousin, excuse me, coming from the church parking lot, and guess who stuck her up and robbed her at gunpoint? A black man.
I need you to get to the point.
Like,
so
my
I can
point
respond.
is that, and I'm not trying to be funny, unless like you said, we're gonna keep it respectful.
Yeah,
we don't-
but you're monopoly.
Okay. Yeah, Amanda. That was kind of. I had to be against Nana that part right there, till to get the point. Like, damn, that's what she was doing. Give her a chance. Like, that was a little impatient, little moment right there as well too. And I hate people say that, get to the point stuff, like, let me get to it. Like me, I'm trying to. All right, it's not easy, but let's keep going. Wow.
Monopolizing the whole conversation.
I'm
We're
not
not
trying.
being
Okay, I'm
able
gonna let
to.
you speak, but let's not get the
Yes.
attitudes and stuff because you're my sister and I respect you. So how
I
you
don't
talk
have
to
an
me-
Let
attitude.
them-
I'm being direct
But
to
how
you.
you
But
talk
you're
to me,
literally
you're not gonna
speaking
talk
this,
to me.
and you're not going to do
Okay.
that with me either.
Okay,
so
so
you're
I'm
stating
respecting
your
Hold up, go back. Yeah, I like how she checked it. I like how she checked Amanda. Cool, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, man, it was on some bullshit in this one. I'm sorry.
church parking lot, and guess who
And
stuck
I'm not being biased because she's a woman, a beautiful woman. I mean, but at the same time, respect's goes both ways. Just saying.
her up and robbed her at gunpoint? A black man. Doesn't
I need you to
exist.
get to the point.
Like,
Yeah,
my
I didn't
point
like
is,
that
is
part.
that no, and I'm not trying to be funny. Unless, like you said, we're gonna keep it respectful.
Yeah,
so don't-
but you're monopolizing the whole conversation. and
I'm
we're
not
not
trying.
being
Okay, I'm
able
gonna let
to.
you speak, but let's not get the
Yes.
attitudes and stuff because you're my sister and I respect you. So
I
how
I
you
don't
talk
have
Right.
an
to them-
attitude. I'm being direct
But
to
how
you.
you
But you're
talk to them, you're
literally
not gonna
speaking
talk
this,
to me.
and you're not going to do
Okay.
that with me either.
Okay,
so
so
you're
I'm
stating your
respecting
point,
you.
and you've been stating your point for quite some
So
time.
say
you
with
have
the
a
proper
reason
ways,
for
would
me
you
to
like? Would
respond.
you, yeah, would you allow me to respond? So that's a better response. Go ahead.
The response that I have for you is
Okay.
that everything you're saying does not exist in a vacuum. I actually agree with you in that, yes, there has been an incredible denigration of Black worth and Black pride in this nation. I think it's also very important to acknowledge what has contributed to that. And to state that it is only Black people that have contributed to that is a false flag. So we have to admit that. So in order to have this conversation around how we got here, you can't say, oh, well, we're caring about the white woman getting braids and that doesn't matter and this thing. All of that attaches. All of that is actually a very big part of the lack of worth of Black people.
I'll ask you, do you think we're resilient? What does resilience mean to you? Do you think we have to be perpetual victims, or do you think that Black
I
people
think
are
that
resilient?
those are two different conversations.
How
I think
so?
because I think that the concept of Black people being victims is really trying to not provide accountability to where the root problem for the actual cause is. And if we keep saying that somebody is a victim and that doesn't mean that the other person should have to actually have accountability, then what are we really doing? You
I'm not
can
saying
do
we
both.
weren't victims.
You can be a victim and be resilient.
How do we do both if you stay in the victimhood? That's my question.
But your statement about Black people staying in the victim place is
How
also
do we
your
rise
point of
above
view.
it? But how do we rise above it?
We continue to rise above it by, one, pouring into our communities with mutual aid,
Exactly.
but two, by simultaneously making sure that we are challenging the systems that are in place to impede us. We have so many opportunities where we are trying to do mutual aid, and those things get disrupted by folks who want to have capitalist gain, by folks who want privatization. We used to have all these mom and pop businesses in our communities.
There's
That
over
used to
3 million
serve-
Black billionaires in America right now. You are an intelligent Black woman that is successful.
That's irrelevant.
No one's stopping me from doing anything. I'm an intelligent Black woman that
Many
graduated and is
efforts have
successful.
tried to stop me from doing what I do. We are not all equal in our capabilities. And we are not all equal in our ability to be invested in by others.
I agree
We
with
are
you.
not
It's
all
a question
equal
of
in our
resilience.
trauma.
Are we resilient?
We can't say we
Are-
because it is a false equivalency.
I believe
We
that every
keep
Black
trying
person
to-
has resilience,
We
from
keep
slavery
trying,
all the way
but
until
we
today.
keep trying to cause.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You've been.
I might have to give it to Jasmine this one. The edge, though. Man, that's a point where I give the edge to Jasmine that one, though. I mean, because I understand what Jazz saying, and I still understand what Amanda's saying. But at the same time, I feel like Jazz do have a good point. And she had a point, though. Amanda feel like she didn't have a point, or got to the point, so I understood where Jazz is coming from. Sucked that she experienced that, though, very sad for that. But where she's coming from, she's speaking facts. I'm not sure about the cop killing like most black busted, but yeah. I think Amanda got a little too emotional on this one. I think she kind of like tried to take advantage of this one, but I feel like I could get that one Jasmine cool. I hate to say it, but yeah, let's keep going.
Voted out.
What we got? Who we got next? All right.
First, I want to kind of get rid of this like right left ordeal. I really want to talk about just like our own personal views and what we've experienced, what we've seen. And when it comes to your claim about black on black crime, I really do believe, and I think a lot of people here do believe, especially based off of personal experiences and everything, that it is just lack of accountability. In the black community, we need to start taking responsibility for our actions and stop pointing our fingers at other people and the white man. Because to be honest,
Why can't both happen at the same time?
Because
Both are causes.
Because you gotta clean your own house before
Both
you
are
go complain.
Why?
Because
If
we're
you're
gonna sit
dirtying my
here-
house,
no,
if you
no,
keep
it's-
Again, respect go both ways. She's kind of interrupting him, so.
it's not-
pouring shit into
no,
my house
it's-
and I'm cleaning it, why can't I do both? Why can't I clean my house and bar the windows from you shitting on my house?
Because it begins with responsibility within us. If we're like,
Yes.
okay, oh, the white person's doing this to me, the white person's not, we're not
But they
going to ever
are.
come to the core of the
But
issue.
they are.
We need to take
And it's not
responsibility.
even just the white person, because now we have seen very many races, people of very many backgrounds that are actively participating in the effort to keep a working class down. Like that is absolutely a fact. It's not just white people. So I don't attend to that. But I will say the reality of there being systems in place is real. Over-policing is a real thing. You know what's also been really real is the effort of violence interruption in certain communities, right? So we've seen this in Detroit, we've seen this in New York, we've seen this in Baltimore, where there are communities that have said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be like a neighborhood watch for our community. So that before the popo even come, before 12 even rolls up in here, we're gonna actually put ourselves in between the conflict and calm it down. And that has been incredibly effective. But you know what? It's not funded.
According to yeah, it's miss yeah, Neighborhood Watch was a fan. I don't know they don't have it anymore, but that was a thing. And it's definitely a mix of results as well too. I mean, it could be successful, it could be go bad, but let's keep going.
It's not funded. And you would think that like city
That
councils
is
and
yeah.
mayors and governors would say, shit, you know what? This is going to save us so much money. Because why? Taxpayers keep having to pay for the fault of these police officers. And even though we say, well, only a certain number of people have died, that doesn't dispel the fact that a large amount, more black people are imprisoned than any other group in this nation. And that is not by accident.
Again, I started with accountability. And it just seemed like not
But I
whole entire-
disagree with you.
No,
I mean, I
it
don't
is.
I don't disagree with you.
Because here's the thing. Look at our media. Look at rap. Look at what we're glorifying.
right.
We're glorifying violence.
Who's
we're
we? Wait, who's we? Who's we? Who's
the black community.
Okay, now we gotta go back to the stereotype of glorifying it in music. I wouldn't say it's glorifying. Well, it depends on that as well too. But at the same time, it's kind of like showing what's going on, the reality of what's going on in their neighborhood as well too. But I can see what I mean by glorifying, but it's like either or. It's not really glorifying, but at the same time, it isn't. It is, but it isn't in a way.
Advertising, etc. And if we don't acknowledge multiple things at the same time, then we
You can't
simply
red flags,
cannot
by the way.
stop it. We can be as accountable as we want to be. And I hope that if you're right, because I hope you're right, I wish that it was a situation where if black people could just be accountable, then nothing else would matter. But unfortunately, that hasn't been the case, because we have seen when we have Black Wall Street in Tulsa and we have Black Wall Street in Durham, that when we actually do hold our own and build our own
I think I skipped it. Let's go back to the rap part. I thought I had them.
And the white man, because to be
effort of violence interruption in certain communities, right? So we've seen this in Detroit, We've seen this in New York. We've seen this in Baltimore, where there are communities that have said, what we're going to do is we're going to be like a neighborhood watch for our community.
All right,
so that
sorry.
before
Sorry to
the
go back, 'cause
police
I was trying to
come,
get back to
before
these
12
talking
rolls up in here,
against it.
we're
I
going
thought
to
y'all
actually put
continue.
ourselves in between the conflict and calm it down. And that has been, you would think that like so much
Sorry.
money, only certain more.
Again, I started with accountability, and it just seemed like in that
But I
whole entire-
disagree with you.
No,
I mean, I
it
don't.
is.
I don't disagree with you.
Because here's the thing: look at our media. Look at rap. Look at what we're glorifying.
right.
We're glorifying violence.
Who's
We're
we? Wait, who's we? Who's we? Who's
the black community.
Who controls the,
the black community.
Who controls the distribution of these sources of media?
And who takes it in? And who takes it in?
Listen, if you're okay, so
Who takes it
let me
in?
put it in this context. If I have a company, right, and you guys are my employees, and I determine what you get to eat every day, that's also going to determine how you exist in this company, right?
Okay.
Like if you come to work and I say the only thing you can eat is processed foods and fried foods, and you're not going to get to have the best vegetables, etc. What's that going to affect? Your health. That's going to affect your ability to operate, etc. This is how the United States operates. There's a lot of us that don't want to admit that as much as accountable as we want to be, all of our brains also don't operate the same way. Some of us are much more apt to be indoctrinated than others. That's a fact. There is a 1% of people that knows this. There's a whole show called Mad Men that's about advertising, etc. And if we don't acknowledge multiple things at the same time, then we simply cannot stop it. We can be as accountable as we want to be. And I hope that if you're right, because I hope you're right, I wish that it was a situation where if black people could just be accountable, then nothing else would matter.
Okay.
But unfortunately, that hasn't been the case because we have seen when we have Black Wall Street in Tulsa and we have Black Wall Street in Durham, that when we actually do hold our own and build our own communities, they will still come and run it down.
Pause. You've been voted out. Please return to
All right, this was a good one. I will say it's another 50-50 because he both have points as well too. So this is another 50-50 as well too. So yeah, because both have points as well. I mean, so yeah, had they valid points with it.
your seat.
And I think before we go forward, I think we might be doing one. Let's see. Yeah, we're doing one more for crime, and then we'll end that one.
Joshua.
Hello, Joshua.
Yeah. So I have two claims I want to settle. So I'm originally from New Orleans, right? And I seen black on black crime my whole
Absolutely.
life, right?
Yes.
I don't believe it have nothing to deal with the police. It's more with the community because there's a lot of pride that's in that city. Where to the point where this person can't tell me nothing, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna take him out.
Yeah.
It's that simple in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Now in Cali, it's probably the same way, but I
Okay.
feel like every state is different. You probably the way how your belief is might be right, but in New Orleans, it's a little different. Also, my second claim is this: we proclaim so much about Black Lives Matter, but when it comes down to a white person killing a black person, it's a big deal. It just don't make no sense to me.
Do you know what the statement Black Lives Matter is actually stating?
Yeah, well, just started off from George Floyd.
Start off with Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, okay.
So Black Lives Matter is really simply just stating that when black people are murdered by the police, that our lives should matter, and that oftentimes it is not considered. It is oftentimes presented as we deserved it, or we must have done something to cause it, and that our lives are disposable. We also don't ever see true justice on the same level as others when the police incur violence against black people. So Black Lives Matter is a statement asserting that our lives are worth justice, our lives are worth preservation, and we have seen in innumerable instances a level of restraint operated between the police and people of other races that they do not seem to carry with black people. So that's what Black Lives Matter means.
True.
It doesn't mean that anyone else's life doesn't matter. It means that
Right.
ours matter just as much as theirs.
Yeah, a lot of people got that idea, even our own people, even blacks themselves, and then that's when the All Lives Matter was wild, and a lot of people, All Lives Matter was looked at as deemed as not good, and if you black saying it, they looked at you like crazy. So yeah.
Their lives.
That's good that you cleared it out for people. Yeah, that's good, that's good.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Now, as it comes to New Orleans, tell me this. Well, first of all, it was, I think it's the senator of Louisiana who literally made a campaign ad, Kennedy it was, that said, do you want Louisiana to be run by crackheads? Like he said that, like straight
they
up.
have a bunch of them there. Yeah. They
So
do.
here's my question about New Orleans. Would you say that New Orleans gets that particular areas of New Orleans,
Yeah.
for instance, like the Ninth
It's
Ward?
yeah, the Ninth Ward's crazy, but I'm just saying they
But
crazy. But yeah,
would you say that funding and attention is dispersed equally across New Orleans in terms of resources? Because I know that from living through Katrina that is absolutely not the case.
Yeah, I agree with you in that case. Everybody's not equal when it comes down to resources. For sure, I agree with you.
Here's the thing I want to just impart is that I think that we have a very distorted version of what resiliency and what restorative practice is, because we live in a time where we're seeing so many things happen so fast. So like we've seen technology like advance so fast, right? Like we have seen just our lives shift so fast that I think that we forget that as humans, our ability to recalibrate, to heal from trauma is simply not the same as the things that we are watching in technology. And so we cannot just casually think that people just get over things. Katrina, people in New Orleans are still reeling from Katrina.
Yeah, that is true.
You know what I
That
mean?
is true.
So when we
Same-
talk
same
about
Flint,
the
too, in
amount
a
of
way.
crime and violence that is still living and happening explicitly in Katrina, we have to also talk about the amount of trauma, the amount of drug use, the amount of policing, the amount of all of these things that physically harm people across the world, not just in the United States, across the world, in communities that are not being served, and how those communities never get the chance to quote unquote pull themselves up by the bootstraps.
Yeah, I agree. I personally agree. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
Well,
agree. Yeah,
that was
for sure.
fun.
Yeah, of course.
All right,
Josh.
cool. All right, so then we have for Black and Black Crime. It's like it's like in the second time road, the last person was more respectful in a way than the others. Well, too. So we went through. How many we went through? 4 people. We went to 3 on the other one. No, we went to 4 because of the girl. 3 guys and a girl. But anyway, he was 50-50 because he was dropping some hits and facts though, and you know she had some good facts as well too. So definitely good, and due to him being special to her help. I said say that Jazz had her on this one. And I feel like Amanda got a little came with a little too emotion with her debate on that one. Then this one, same the way. I won't say same way about emotion, but I feel like this was another 50-50 because they both had points right there. And as you see, this one was like, 1, respectful, but 2, I feel it's possibly more Amanda than him because he was just telling what he knows and her and all that, and she had some good rebuttals with it, and there was no interruption, nothing like that as well too. So yeah, so the next 2 we want to have soon. The next one we'll call systematic racism, isn't it? About systematic racism, black conservatism, and something about black people in the community. Other than that though, if you like my reaction to this though, I'm gonna try to do more. I probably want to finish up the next one's up this week sometime. Anyway, it's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.